Choppin' It Up with the HuHmies.
Here we go.
I should have hit that, bust that freestyle out.
I know you forgot.
I forgot, man.
Yeah.
I was freestyling
Slacking.
the whole way here.
Slack City.
I was freestyling the whole way here, listening to my own beats.
What up, man?
Man, well, I mean, obviously, football's here.
Yes.
NFL football, finally.
Yes.
I was like, yes.
Yes. I didn't really watch the game. I watched kind of the end of it.
You should have watched the beginning. That was the better part of the game.
Yeah. I think it was like...
The beginning, it was like, oh, yeah, man, this might be pretty good. And then it was like the Bills started dominating a little bit. And I was like,
I know.
Oh, man. Then when it came back from halftime, I was like, all right, man.
Man, I turned it on. It was like 10-17. Josh Allen threw a little bomb down the middle. Scored a touchdown, went up 24-10, and then Stafford turned the ball over. I was like, oh, man, I can't even watch this.
Well, it's like this, man. The Bills just got more weapons, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
Rams got Cooper Kupp. They got Tyler Higbee.
They missing Woods.
And
they're missing Bobby Trees.
Darrell Henderson's cool. Yeah, they got rid of Woods, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Bad move. Mm-hmm. It was not the move, bro. But I don't really know the other guys. I'm sure.
Well, Henderson's supposed to be good. This is supposed to be his time to step up.
No, he is. He's good. I think he'll be good.
But he was the third receiver. He was the third receiver.
That's what I'm saying. And it's okay for him to be like that every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But you got to have somebody else. They need one more guy that's a threat, you know, especially if they're like, they can't even, here's the thing, man.
Double cover.
Yeah, but they can't even do it. Like, he's still running routes so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he know where to be. Like, he know when to, like, you know, like get up a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be running and either the ball's coming at you in stride or you kind of got to step up there and, like, he's, like, already there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, He's good, man.
Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't place that bet.
That's they knew something we didn't. You know what I mean? They knew the Bills weren't playing no games.
We're gonna play them on Monday night after they just did that. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but that's
in Buffalo.
Oh, they're on Monday night too.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we go Sunday 3:25. The following week we're on Monday. See, man, that ain't even right, bro. Because, like, we got to start the season. They already had their game. They getting Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And it's Monday night in Buffalo.
That's what I'm saying.
Bills Mafia going to be lit.
That's why we got to come. Hey, man, you know what? No excuses. I don't care what stadium it's in. I don't care about the rest. You know what I mean?
At least it ain't cold when we go up there.
That's true. Show up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Show up.
I'm excited.
I think that we got the type of defense that we're going to give them so many problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it ain't going to be like...
And we've played them the past couple of years, too.
I know, but like that one we should have won 2 years ago in London, wasn't it? Wasn't it the Bills, like in London? When did we play them? But you know what I'm talking about. Like, we should have won that game.
Yeah, that was back when Mariota played.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Man. I still.
That was like the Chargers.
Nah, but we had a game with the Bills where we should have won, and it ended up being super sloppy.
Yeah,
and it was like a 10. Like
that was Mariota.
Like 10 points.
That was like Mariota.
And then we still should have won and lost.
But
like
we beat them the past 2 years.
Well,
stopped them on 4th and 1.
Man, that ain't necessarily good either. Now they mad and they coming here. You know what I mean? With some momentum and good rest. Oh,
They can be out of rhythm though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they ain't gonna be on no type of like NFL rhythm. And yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have that going for us.
Yeah. So what up, man?
Man, getting stuff done at the house.
There's a bunch of stuff I need to get done. I don't do it.
Oh, I know what's going on. I went to 2 days this week of contractor
Yeah.
training.
Yeah, was that?
Bro. It's a whole nother level. It's like some college stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know what? I didn't really think about it before. Like, I just thought, man, I know how to do a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't really think about the technicalities of it. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, it is really important, though, to know this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you were really going to, like, actually build the actual house, though, from start to finish,
Yeah.
like, you need to know, like, these technical little things, like how to determine what the grade is, where to start from, and, like, stuff like the benchmark.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it's just so much stuff. I was like, it wasn't even just that, though. I was like, okay, that's going to be, you know, something else.
You ain't just a tile guy no more, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And it ain't just measuring some wood and cutting it and framing it, you know what I mean, putting it somewhere. It's like, it's a whole nother level. It's like different names for the different types of roofs, depending on how they come down and whether or not they have to have soffit or not, and if they come out so far off the side of the house, and and determining like it's like, man, like 1 unit over, 2 units up, and then you gotta like be able to measure
the roof's
all
gotta
that.
be at a certain pitch too.
Yeah. And it's like the little valleys, these different flat, like flashing and stuff, you know what I mean, for where the rain will come down and go through and all that. It's like, it's so much stuff. But anyway, I mean, there's literally a whole book that's just on roofing. There's a book on concrete. There's a book on masonry. There's a book on, you got OSHA. You got law. You got business law.
I'm gonna need you to tile a shower for me.
Business law.
I know you don't want
but
to.
But what it really is these books, bro. You gotta like do this test, and you gotta figure out like when you get the question, like what book do you go to?
Yeah.
And then where do you go in this book? You know what I'm saying? To find the answer you're looking for. And you got to be very specific, because the question will say this. And then like when you get to that, find that section, there's like this, and these are with this exception, or with this, or by these measurements, this amount of weight bearing, or, you know what I mean? Changes everything. And it's just, wow. And it's weird because like the way you look certain things up is like not how you would technically think of it. You know, and that's kind of how you got to break down, like whatever it's talking about, you kind of got to be like, okay, that's to do with framing a wall, and then you got to like look in the index for wall framing or something, you feel me? And then you got to look in the table of contents for where that's at, and then go to it and then find it when whatever article it's in.
Not the table of content.
Oh, bro, index and the table of contents. And then the what you call it though,
the candy bar.
Nah, the class though is cool. You know what I mean? They help you out a lot. There's a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? We're highlighting stuff.
Yeah.
And that will pretty much.
So you went to the class? You ain't took the test yet?
Nah, test is on the 7th. I'm going back and doing the class again on the 3rd and the 4th, right before I go in. And I paid $100 for practice exam, the law and the other one. But like the test itself, like the law one is, I don't remember, it's a 2-hour test, 25 questions or something like that, 50 questions, I don't remember. And then the other one is like a 5-hour test, the building part of the 5-hour test, like 80 questions.
You gonna start building houses?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a contractor. I'm gonna be a general contractor.
I know some primers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's good.
I know people's.
I'm gonna be a general contractor. I'll be able to like pull permits. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta have like a licensed electrician for that stuff, or
I know one of them too,
or a licensed plumber. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna go back after I get done with this, get through this. I'm gonna go back and do the plumbing one and do the electrician one, so I can do it all, and I don't have to have. You know what I mean? somebody for certain stuff. But the test, man, was, bro. I went in on, let's see, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I'm gonna get there. It starts at 8 a.m. when we start. The first 3 hours is in the law book. The law book, that one's not quite as complicated. You know what I mean? That's more, do's and don'ts, limitations and things like that. So that and it's one book. You see, we do 3 hours, and then he's like, all right, lunch from 11 to 12. So I go out, man, I eat something, been sitting there for 3 hours. I take off, I go walking. I was like, man, I got to walk for a little bit. And we going back in here at 12 till 5:30. I was like, dude, no. I got to go walk around, did me a walk around. And we just, like I said, we just went through the one book, highlighting it was law, business law. And then we got new people come in that just came for the building part. They weren't even there for the other part. And then some people that were just there for that left. All right. So we come back in. Dude, I got to go to the bathroom once from 12 to 5:30. So just sat there and just the whole time just flipping through books going, all right, man, go to this, find where it's at, highlight this. And he's kind of giving us a breakdown of what it is. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like, and these books are like this thick. So as you're going through a book, you're like, all right, page 617. You know, like, oh man, finally. And you get that book done. And he's like, all right, open up this book. You're like, all right, man, next book. You just flip it open. Luckily, I brought snacks.
Yeah, snacks. Jenny packed your lunch.
Jenny packed me up nice and nice. Had plenty of snacks. Yeah, she's the best. And then what happened? Oh yeah, man, it was just long, man. My back was kind of hurting, my lower back from just sitting there that whole time. And then and a lot of it was confusing. But the next day, we went back, got started immediately, jumped off in the books and went to doing it. But then it was a little different. He busted out with like a practice exam, like 25 questions, and I was like, whoa, this is gonna be. But I did what he said. He said, like, when you go to the test, he said, man, just start flipping through there. Like if you read the first question and you know where to go find it, he's like, go ahead and go find it real quick and answer it. He's like, but outside of that, just keep going. If it's one of them ones where you got to break down this and do all this extra math, he's like, just keep moving. He was like, go to the ones that you could find the fastest. You know what I mean? And then if you see anything that you recognize along the way too, and like sometimes you'll be looking up something else and you'll see some other information, you'll remember that from a question earlier. Yeah. You write on a little note in your scratch paper. He's like, you know what I mean? He's like, and do it that way. He's like, because there's not enough of those planned, long, drawn out questions for you to fail the test. So it's better to do that. He's like, but and what they do is they'll start you off real quick with the hard, long, drawn out questions. That way you waste a bunch of time. And then you're in a rush for everything else. He was like, so don't do that. He's like, everything's very psychological with the test. They also ask you questions, but they'll say it in a certain way to where when you go and find the information on the answers, the very first number that pops up that you find will be one of the answers. But the answer they're looking for will be like the second number. You know what I mean? Like with the exception or, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. Because it's always little stuff. So it was cool, you know what I'm saying, to get that insight. Because I know me, I always be like in a hurry too. I'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah, bam, that's it. You know? Mm-hmm. But, so it should be interesting.
Interesting.
And then, but anyway, with the class, it was cool because you.
Good, because I did a job.
Yeah. But, they said, the old man teaching the class said, his name's Alan Witt. He said, the heck he say? Oh yeah, he said that you could take the class, like it was included from paying for it, that you could come back within a year, you could take it again for free. And I was like, oh, well, when are y'all coming back? They're coming back next week. But then he said they were also coming back right at the beginning of October. I asked when, the 3rd and 4th. I said, I'm coming back then. That's like the week of the test. I can go to the school Monday, Tuesday, test on Friday.
Where's that at?
It was Ralph Harding Place. It's called American Contractors Exam Services. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they try to help you out. He said every question that was like in our little workbook that was during the, you know what I'm saying, during the training, is he said these are questions that have been on the exam. He's like, you might run into one of these questions, but there's dozens of different exams. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's 80 questions, and there's dozens of different tests with 80 questions. Some of them may have some of the same questions in them. Some of them don't. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you think about it. There's so many scenarios that they could break down and ask you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I almost brought the workbook. I was like, man, I should bring this workbook just so I could. Because, like, people don't understand. Like, you know, people who've been to college or something would understand. But people like us, like, man, you read one of these questions and be like, oh. This is on some other stuff. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, it's like a whole process. But that's the whole point of it, is they want to know that you can go and find it in the book. So when you get ready to build something, you can find where to do it properly.
That's how it is in the medical field. They'll ask you a question and you're like, I have no idea what you're saying. But if I'm on scene,
right,
I can totally get it.
Same. That's what this was. Some of it, like, I didn't recognize the language.
Yeah.
You know, and how they were saying. I was like, but if I was seeing it right there, like, I could do it. I could handle it and figure it out. Same thing. So that's what it is I just have to, over the next month, train myself in a different way to, you know, how to find these answers, go about it, and that's it. Once I see that it's a process, and I know how to do math. So I'm like, once I get it, and you can bring a calculator, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang.
And then I've just found out that they got a thing called a construction calculator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It,
you got some coffee?
Yeah, no, some Jack and Coke. A construction calculator though is made for it's got it'll do like those angles like for counting for your roof, like trusses and like stair risers. You can like translate feet into inches into feet, and all that kind of stuff, and that into cubic yards and things like that, like real easy. Instead of having to do the extra step of math on a regular calculator, like it can do certain things. But the guy said, because you can take a construction calculator with you into the exam. And so immediately I'm like, oh, I got to get a construction calculator. You know what I mean? And he said, if you do not have a construction calculator, he said, don't go get one. He said, just make sure you got a calculator with the square root key. He was like, and because otherwise, he's like, you'll spend the next few weeks trying to figure out how to use a construction calculator and not studying for the exam.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know how to use it. I could probably figure it out pretty quick. I think I'm still going to get one. I downloaded an app on my phone, but I don't think they'll let you take your phone in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you was like, oh, I'm going to use this for a calculator, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're not going to Google anything while you're in
there.
Yeah. But, man, that's going to be a long day, bro. I got a 2-hour test, and then I got a 5-hour test.
5 hours.
5-hour test, bro. They give you 5 hours for them 80 questions. 5-hour test.
Yeah. I can do that.
Bro. I'm going in. I'm going in no water. I'm not drinking no water. You know what I mean? I don't want to go pee, nothing. You feel me? I'm just going to be sitting in there dry.
Man, they used to make us do tests, man, and it was like 30 questions, you got 30 minutes. If you don't know the answer in a minute, you don't know the answer.
Yeah, this one
and
comes out.
I was just like, dang.
And
I can't even read it in a minute.
With like the EMS stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need a minute just to process the question.
Yeah.
Like what? But, you know. But I get it, though, too. Like, with your stuff, too. Like, it's really important, you know, to understand those things. And same thing with building. I mean, somebody's going to live in this structure. You don't want to kill them. You know what I mean? Their house roll away in a storm, or you know what I mean? Anything, you know, like you can. It's so many things that come into play, and I was like, I never really thought about it, you know.
Yeah.
I just always was like, I can do this part, and I can do that part, and I can repair this, and I can build that.
Yeah.
But starting from the jump, I didn't even know what a benchmark was.
Was there not a mark on a bench?
Nah, a benchmark is like you got like sea level or whatever, or how far you go down into the ground to I don't know, to be like on solid level or something. But then from that, there's basically like you know how them guys be land surveying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the benchmark will be like a certain height of wherever they have that at. You know what I mean on there, and that's the benchmark. So everything else elevation wise on this house, like up to the gutter level, the the footers, the floor, you know what I'm saying, has to measure off of that benchmark. So you know what I'm saying. Now sometimes you'll need to know information of below that benchmark and above it, or something that starts down here.
Is the benchmark the foundation?
No, it's not the foundation.
It's what the foundation is on.
Not even. It's like some I guess whatever spot this guy chooses, you know what I'm saying? The land surveyor of where, like.
Is that why you got houses that got like 15 steps going up to the front of it?
I have no idea, man. It's just, I don't know. I don't know yet. I just know like a benchmark was like the mark where like they, like, it ain't sea level, but it's, it's that, that level, that up and down level. And so wherever they start at, like wherever that they say that's at, anything has to be measured above or below that. And you might have something over here, like the footer to the house will be below that. But then from the footer to here. Okay, well, from the footer to here is this distance. Well, what's the distance from the benchmark, though, to here?
Yeah.
And that's got to be from here. You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy stuff like that. And then also the benchmark is here, and then the driveway, this land comes around over here. What's the degree of slope that you have going from here to here, or in 10-foot, 20-foot increments and all that? Because it can only be so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild. But I learned some stuff, though. It made me like, I was like, wow. I was like, this is crazy, man. And like to be like, if I'm able to pass the test and everything, I'm like, it's you know what I mean? It's a pretty big deal.
It should have just been handy, man.
I know, right? Because it just got me a little
LLC and called it a day.
Yeah, but this way, man, I could do bigger and better things. And with what we're doing, I really rather have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that we could just, one-stop shop, Cash House Property Solutions. Like, not only like foreclosures, different things like that. She gets you the loan on the house. I could build your house. Like, it's all the way around. Cash House Property Solution. Anything property solution wise, we got you. I know people that come cut your lawn.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Chop.
Chop down your trees.
Yeah.
I mean, what's good? So anything in the house. I even know somebody that come put audio and run lights in your house, So
yeah,
should be fun. Yeah. Although the more I've been messing around with like the studio at the house and setting up for her podcast and everything, bro, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm finna start interviewing people there now.
Yeah.
The other night, I just went ahead and put on one of the lapel mics. I went live from right there. I just sat in the chair, popped the phone up on the plugged it into the Rodecaster, and just went live right there with a little lapel mic on my thing. I had headphones on because I needed to hear Swift and them talking back.
Yeah,
but it was cool. It was comfy.
How much does the lapel mics cost?
Well, that particular set is a cheap set. They were only like $65 with tax from Amazon.
You didn't get the Rode ones?
That's what I'm saying. We're test running these, and my suggestion would be if you're gonna get some, I would get some really nice, nicer ones, like And I've seen them for like $200 a piece. They're not cheap, but they might be wireless for all I know. Wireless would be dope. Like you just had a couple of things right there, and then you just plugged it up right there, and you just chop it up, and it'd be real cool if you just instead of these. But man, don't nobody want to wear somebody else's earbuds and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if it was like.
Well, if you was interviewing somebody, you probably just sit across and talk to them.
Oh yeah, you don't even need the headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was testing out too the other day. It was actually yesterday. I was trying to see what the mics are going to sound like because me and her are going to sit down and do a podcast of me just kind of introducing her and what the podcast is going to be about, so on and so forth. Because I'm producing the podcast basically. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, what I was really getting at about that conversation was that is that I've been enjoying it, like setting up the scene with the lights and everything. Oh, I told you we got some new lights. Yeah, got some new lights. They wasn't in there before when I did a little video, but we got the little lights. They might have been sitting in there. I don't think they were.
What lights?
I got some lights, like you know how you had the lights that set up and put light on you. Well, we got a set of. They're only like this big, but they're flat and they're LEDs.
Yeah.
And they do any color. They'll do the warm all the way up to like almost 6,000 K or whatever. So you can go blue, white, the yellowish light, do all of that. Change the brightness. Got a little app on the phone. Just Bluetooth to both of them. So they take up way less space than them big gigantic lights,
Yeah.
So
those are photography lights.
Yeah. So now we got the LEDs, and then in the meantime, I got them facing, and they got little barn doors on them. They got 4 barn doors, so you can kind of control where
how
the
far
light
it goes out.
Yeah. And you can turn the brightness up and down, all that. And you don't have to use the app. On the back of the actual light, it's got like a little LED screen, and you can turn these little knobs, and they click in too, so you can make selections and go to different colors, and so it's cool. You can make them dance to music if you want to.
A little dancing?
Cool. Yeah, I don't do that, but we just got it set in our particular colors, and that's it. And then I don't have it like this, but you know how I hung those acoustic absorption panels and made some and hung them around the top.
Yeah.
I ran tube lighting above those the way they were hung up.
Yeah.
So I got tube light going across that, and then another tube light going across the top of the ones that are on the wall, and I just switched those to regular light. But anyway, I've just been having fun. I enjoy doing that. Enjoy like the sound and setting it all up. And so I'm like, that's what I really want to be doing.
What, just that?
I want to do like keep doing my music stuff, but I'm like, I just really enjoy that like setting up and kind of like,
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and pushing things in a certain direction too, though. Like on being on the producer side of it. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, and coming up, not just me saying what I want to say either, but coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
And seeing like, is it a good idea? Is it not? Sometimes it sounds like it is and it ain't. You know what I mean? So on and so
trial
forth.
and error.
Right, exactly. But I've been enjoying it. Makes me feel like, within the sometime I don't even gonna put a time frame on it, but could be we could be like on some other, like on some bigger level stuff, because eventually I'd like to eventually we want to move, stack up, get out of the house. We want to build a house on the lake. We want to be on the water and build the house so that we can say what we want. And in the basement's gonna be the studio, but I want a big room. I want like a room off to the side with the studio, with the vocal booth in it and my stuff. And then I want like a big area like this right here, but like knock out plus the kitchen, like, and this little like storage space y'all got right here, the closet and everything.
Yeah.
Like if you knocked all that out, I'd want that whole space.
Because I wanted to build like a maybe like a.
What's good, Unc?
Maybe
I don't
like
know when he said that, but
maybe like a 2-car garage.
What's that? Out back?
Out back.
Yeah.
But have the room over the top of it.
Bro, y'all could do that.
But I'm trying to figure out how to run the plumbing out there.
Well, let me finish my contractor's exam. I'll tell you.
Because you think about it, you're like, man, there's only certain people I'll have over here. This is my house.
Yeah, but you'd want to run it with electric and some plumbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna run all that over.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having a big studio if they still got to come over here and use the bathroom?
Yeah, that and just comfortability. You'd want to have probably like a little small kitchenette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not maybe like a stove or nothing, but you probably want a little fridge.
A little fridge or whatever.
A sink, you know what I mean? Just in case.
Bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like a mother-in-law suite, but it wouldn't be that. It'd be the studio.
Yeah.
And then when you sold the house, if you sold it, bam.
I would say that is the dopest. Oh, you know what we haven't said this whole time?
What?
We should have started the podcast with like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I forget.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Oh, look, somebody else. Oh, Josh, so this is not meant for chat.
Uh-huh.
Memphis or Houston. Oh, yeah, man. I can't see the phone for the people that's live on there, man. This is not necessarily for chat. I'm just recording it and just, live just for the heck of it if anybody wants to see it. We're recording it. It'll be on YouTube.
Humbled Under Him?
Yeah, Humbled Under Him on YouTube.
Yeah, Spotify.
Oh, yeah, it'll be on Spotify, all that. Humbled Under Him podcast.
Yeah.
Just look it up. But we just go live just so, people could be here behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Getting a behind the scenes look, peeking in. Yeah, I go live at other times anyway, and we talk to chat, but it ain't here. Anyway,
man,
what was we talking about before that?
Building I don't know.
Oh yeah, building that mother-in-law suite and all that, or building a garage out back. I think that would be super dope. And then as far as those microphones too.
Yeah, the microphone.
I think the microphones are the way to go, man. It's real cool. It's a little more lax, and instead of like we did, instead of like this, instead of having a high up table, we just put like the little table, and then we got two stationary but they spin chairs,
Yeah.
So you just kind of sit down
chilling. I'm put it over there.
Yeah, and you can just like kind of just sit your cup down, you just kick back and hey, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And just chop it up. That's it. And
stand up.
It's like a good vibe.
Do skits.
Yeah, it's like a good vibe, but I think wireless would be the way to go. And especially like if somebody decided to get up and go to the bathroom or something, you feel me? They gonna forget they got it on. You know what I'm saying? like, so yeah, we're test running those, and also I say the higher up price ones for quality as well, because these are cool. Oh, I will tell you this. I would get omnidirectional. They have cardioid. Cardioid is like, because they're condenser mics. They require phantom power.
Phantom.
So, yeah,
phantom power.
I'm not sure how that would work with the lapel mics. If they require phantom power. I'm not really sure. But anyway, they condenser mic and
I'm just gonna hire a guy that holds a little mic up.
Bro, I was actually like literally after listening to these little cheap mics, I was like, I'm gonna look up some stuff about
Drop one from
mic
the ceiling.
placement. Yeah, and I was like, dude, I could just use my mic that I was using for going live before, and I could have it hanging over, and it sounds crispy.
Yeah.
And the room sounds crispy because I've done acoustic, panels everywhere. I've treated the whole room, so I'm like, man, I could just put that up, the one mic, and just record the conversation.
One mic.
Conversation, yeah. All I need is one mic.
One mic
to run my podcast.
One mic.
That's it. But yeah, I think but the vibe in there has just like really opened up. It's really good. Got her thing swinging back there. We got the banner up for Mom CEO. But what's cool about it is when I go on by myself, I'm just sitting in the corner, so I got the camera at me, you know what I mean? So it ain't no big deal. And the way the sign is up there, it's on like some bungees. I screwed in to the studs on the sides, around the wall. I screwed in those little eye hooks, you know what I'm saying? And just got bungees holding her banner up. So I could just easily just take it down.
Take it up.
So, because I'm saying, like, I really had a good time the other night. Me and Swift, we was talking fantasy football on live, and it was great. Had a chat going, man. It was really cool. And I know you be in the sports, so I was like, man, I'd like you to come over sometimes if you want to. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
I'm waiting for an invite, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I want to start actually doing some interviews now. Now that like the vibes like that, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna start doing some interviews in here. Like this is dope. And so I wanted to get you over there, bro, and let's jump on one of the sports ones because we got the spot, got the mics,
especially after Sunday.
Oh, definitely. We could do. We'll figure out a time. I'm going to try this week. I'm going to try to stay up to the end of Monday night's game and go live immediately after game because I know it'll be a little late, but I know
I think they got a double header, so it's gonna be late.
Oh shoot! Well, maybe not this week. It'll be
the
like
first Monday night usually a double header. Like they'll have.
I think
like
it is, but I think the other one starts a little early.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and usually it'll be like a California team or something.
Yeah, it'll be like midnight, right? But the game's over.
Right.
Here,
So hopefully that's not the case this Monday. But if so, then I'll be going after the first game.
Definitely
but the
after next
reason
week.
I was going to go on Monday after the game each week is because for fantasy football, the weeks ended.
Yeah.
All the games have went through. Let's talk about it. And that's what we did, too, at the end of
And then you got to preview the Thursday night game.
Yeah, and we went ahead and started talking about we were making our picks on who we're saying is going to win and why. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good time. And the chat was all getting in there. I was like, oh, no, ain't no way. Bill's going to lose that game. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it was cool. And just really enjoyed it. I never really thought that I would be. I knew I would talk some sports, but I never thought
that's the bad thing though. If you think about it,
what?
I mean the Rams weren't very good last year, and they won
but
Super
they
Bowl.
were good the year before that. They were really good when golf was there.
I mean, we destroyed
but
them.
they had more weapons.
I mean, we destroyed them without Derrick Henry.
They just got on fire at the right time though.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
They got lucky.
And you got to think about it. It was Stafford's first year there.
Yeah.
They started clicking, you know what I mean? And then Kupp was just unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's just one of them guys.
And then they got
he's like
like
Travis Kelce, except for he's not a tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like,
and then they got like Odell Beckham. And
they dropped him.
I know, but they got him.
Yeah.
And then who else did they get? He plays for the Bills town. I don't forgot his name.
It ain't Diggs, because Diggs
No, it's defense.
came from the Vikings.
Who was that?
On defense, they still got
Hey,
Aaron
what is his
Donald.
name? No, I forgot his name. Pass rusher.
Didn't he play for us at one point in time?
No, he
Saffold, Roger Saffold, who you're thinking
he's
of.
at the Bills.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Oh, you're not talking about Roger Saffold?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but wasn't he with the Rams? Or is he with the Rams now?
He's with he's with the Bills now.
Yeah, and he was with the Rams.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Somebody from our team is on the Rams, though, on the line, I think, ain't it?
Google it.
I thought. Can't remember.
I forget. Dun, 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 dun. Man, what the heck was his name? He played for the Broncos. Anyway.
Any hoozle. Man, that's how I need to start coming over, man.
Put on the glasses. Oh, yeah, no, in there.
Glasses, man. Be like, yeah, man, the lights are so bright, you know what I mean?
I'm shining star, man. I'm out here.
Yeah, man, just shining out here. Just shining on them, you feel me? Bling, bling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would check into some of them other mics, though.
Yeah.
I think they're super duper cool. I'm liking the vibe, but I have to do a little more testing with the sound on those to see what it's going to be, because I think it could be the quality of them versus the type of microphone it is.
Yeah.
Oh, what I was telling you earlier about if you do end up looking into some, omnidirectional, I think, is the best. The other is cardioid. Cardioid means like here's the front of the mic where you talk into it. It goes like right here and a little circle in the front. That's the only sound it picks up is right here. Omnidirectional picks up like all the way around the mic. So when you got one of those, you kind of want the omnidirectional, because you might be looking to the side doing this, you know what I'm saying? And see how it's coming off on this one?
Yeah.
It'll be like that if you got a cardioid. If you got omnidirectional, it'll pretty much stay the same volume because you're just right. It's picking up everything.
We got shout outs this week.
Shout outs, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We love y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out. Dang, I don't even remember dude's name, man. It was a good pastor that came in, though, a couple weeks ago at our church. And he had a good little message, man. And it actually reminded me of me making a few comments about the last church I went to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even though I feel like what I was saying was valid, and it's okay for me to make the move, you know what I'm saying, that I made and everything too, at the same time, it's like I shouldn't even say any of those things, though, because it's throwing dirt in the well. You know what I mean? And it's like they are still changing lives. They're still, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So it's like I shouldn't even say nothing about that. So I felt bad about it, but I just love the way he came about saying it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had a good way of talking about it because he was saying we're supposed to be digging wells.
Yeah, just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean they were trying to make you feel that way.
Right, exactly. And it's like you feel that way, and then you pass that on to somebody else. And now you deterred them from coming to God, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what we're supposed to be doing. So I was like, that was really cool. I like when I hear something that proves anything I do wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's like a growth moment, and you get to like, you know, introspect.
Yeah, I've been doing that for the past couple weeks. I was taking everything personal. Yeah. And I was like, I'm taking it personal because it affects my personal life.
Have you ever read the Four Agreements?
But it wasn't.
You need to read the Four Agreements.
Really, it's just me overreacting.
You need to read the Four Agreements, bro. There's a newer one you can read.
I can't agree with 4 different things, bro.
Look, it's called the Fifth Agreement. But and the Fifth Agreement's cool. It's basically it's still about the Four Agreements, and then he adds one which is great. And he kind of goes over some of the other ones, but at the same time, he kind of harps on the fifth one a little bit in that book.
Yeah.
So I would just suggest the Four Agreements. You know what I mean? The Fifth Agreement is cool if you want to do that one, and you know, and I get it.
Book?
Huh?
Is it an audio book?
Yep, you get an audio book. Come on, bro. You know that's all I do. You know what I mean? I'm on them audio books.
I got like $60 in Google money I need to spend.
Yeah. Oh, bro, hit it up, man. Go get it. It's the Four Agreements.
Four Agreements.
The Four Agreements, man. I would definitely check that out, bro. It's awesome. It's so cool, and it's about that. One of the agreements is don't take anything personal.
Mm-hmm. I take everything personal.
Don't make assumptions. I do it all the time too, because we all live in our own world. Mm-hmm. We're all in our own world. Of course it's about us. So you take it personal because you're not taking long enough to think about anybody else that's involved, so to speak, or not. You're thinking about them, but you're not like in depth thinking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're just thinking about your situation. Mm-hmm. You know what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what I mean? And that's the thing too. They don't know some of those things. That's also part of it. It ain't just you not knowing, it's them not knowing as well. And so, you know, we all do that. But that's the thing. It says in there, you know, don't take anything personal. It's like always do your best. And that means like always, no matter what, like same thing with like how I said something about that. That wasn't my best. If I say something bad about somebody else, doesn't matter if it's true, doesn't matter if it's valid. Mm-hmm. That's not me being my best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, check it out, man. It's a cool book. Four Agreements. Yeah, I know some other good books.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anybody out there, man? The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up is a great book.
Great book.
Subtle Art of Not Giving a F is a great book. I know it sounds a little crazy and it does use some foul language, but the point it is making is amazing. I think it's great for everybody because it reminds me of a quote I have up in the studio that says, if you care about what other people think, you'll always be their prisoner. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's what this book is about. Like a lot of it. It's about not giving a beep. You know what I mean? But it's just saying that there's only so many things that you can actually care about and pay attention to. So pay attention to the most important stuff and don't be so concerned with that other stuff that you have to take it personal and get mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We go through it now. Like if we start to complain about something, it's like, you know what? No complaining. Forget the complaining. Just move on and get the task done at hand. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Yeah.
It's tough sometimes though.
Boom.
Bang.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, shout out everybody, man. Shout out David for coming on the podcast.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? I was going to say finally. I stopped myself. I swear I was going to say for finally coming on the podcast, and I didn't. But you said it.
Yeah. He said it himself.
I mean, but bro, he's always doing stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, so even for the church.
We went everywhere, man. We was we was talking about everything.
Oh, good. That's cool. I mean, that's like what we do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We come in here and talk about anything, everything. I think that's the.
I was
great thing
taking
about
them. I was taking them new marriage jabs at him and everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, newly married. And of course, now everybody knows.
Yeah, he announced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I said I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, plus now she's starting to show. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Seen her at church the other day. It was like, well, you can't hide that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, not now. So that's cool. That's cool.
Well, I guess
I
we'll.
mean, he's a little younger than us, ain't he?
He'll be 40 next month.
Oh, okay. So he's like right there with us.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
She's the same age too, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea. Her and Jenny been doing a lot of work together, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Go get your car fixed at Kaufman's Garage. Got 3 different places for haircuts. You know, Mount Juliet, all the way about Mount Juliet Road, Brian's Man Cave. Actually, we got 4 different places. Brian's Man Cave. And then you got Landis, Iconic Culture, off of Nonneville. You got Wally out in Murfreesboro.
Got Gotti the barber out in Antioch.
Oh, okay. So we got 5.
Yeah.
And then you got Bowtie Barber. Holla at my boy Travis Elliott over there. You know what I'm
You go
saying?
to the
Donaldson.
Bowtie?
Huh?
You go to the bow tie?
Yeah, I've been going now.
I went there.
'Cause
I went there once or twice.
Yeah, my boy's there now, so you know what I'm saying? I go in there and get my hair cut by him.
I mean, we got 6.
Oh, we got
7.
Oh, really? Yeah, because my homeboy too, man.
There's the Boulevard. Got
Demarius Smith, man. He out in like Smithville or something,
Yeah.
Smith County, like
Yeah.
Cookville or something, man. Cutting hair. I forget the name of the
you
place
got,
of it. I had to
you got
remember.
Dennis, Chris, and Roderick over at the Boulevard.
That's right, man. Plenty of places to go get. I mean, like
Yeah.
clean.
Got Lennox Ab Barber and Old Hickory.
Bow Tie's pretty cool, bro. It's like a
Yeah.
gentleman's cigar
Yeah.
club
Yeah.
kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
I mean, I should have been a barber.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get my barber license
And then, of course,
and
bro,
did a podcast while I'm cutting people's hair.
bam. It'd be cool. You could do that. I just wonder what the noise from the clippers you got to
It'd be part of it.
That'd be part of it. But I'm saying like when you're talking to the other
You
person,
get them
though,
expensive, quiet ones.
yeah. Babulous. Babulous, yeah. Don't get the kind I got. It sound like you fired up the weed eater. You know what I'm saying?
Weed eater barbers.
And I hadn't said in a while, man. Anybody just so happened to be looking for some beats, man. WayneBeats.com.
Wayne Beats.
I mean, got them beats, and I could hook up your productions. I mean, if you're recording your own tracks and maybe it ain't as good as you think it could sound, bro.
And
I have you sound like the pros.
And for $29.95, we got you on.
Yeah,
If you need information.
Any information. That's
Yeah, we
right. I
got
got a
you.
PDF coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? On the first question y'all ask, I'm putting out a PDF.
Yeah.
$29.99. Actually, for the first 100 people, it'll be $5.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a deal. $5 for the first 100 people.
Yeah. For a Chick-fil-A gift card, we got you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You get a free 10% off at Chick-fil-A for mentioning our PDF. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
all right, man.
We out.
All right, yeah.
Boom.